Let me ask you a question. What happens when a man believes that money can buy him love, while a woman believes that peace of mind is more valuable than gold? Gather close and listen well, because today's story is not just about bride price and marriage. It is about respect, choice, and the hidden battles of the heart. In the town of Otuoma, where the Harmattan dust danced on rooftops and market women called out the prices of roasted plantain and smoked fish, there lived a young woman named Nneka. Nneka was not the most beautiful in the village, but she had something rare, dignity, that shone like morning sun. Her skin glowed like fresh palm oil, her laughter was soft, and her eyes held the quiet strength of a river that had seen many seasons. She was hardworking, helping her widowed mother at the cassava farm, grinding pepper at the market, and still finding time to teach little children how to read under the shade of a mango tree. Everyone knew Nneka as humble, respectful, and wise beyond her years. But my beloved, wisdom does not stop people from facing temptation, and that temptation came in the form of a man named Emeka, popularly known as Big E. Emeka was a wealthy trader who dealt in imported cars. He was tall, broad-shouldered, and always wore expensive perfumes that followed him like shadow. Whenever his black jeep drove into Otoma, young women's hearts skipped like drums at a festival. Emeka had only one weakness. He believed money could buy anything: friendship, respect, and even love. One day, he saw Nneka at the market, carrying a basket of tomatoes on her head. Her wrapper was old and faded, but her posture was straight, and her eyes met the world without fear. Emeka stopped in his tracks. He had seen many women, but something about Nneka unsettled him. He decided right there that he would marry her. Without even speaking much to her, Emeka sent his people with wine, kola nut, and fat envelopes of cash to Nneka's family. The elders whispered in excitement, "Ah, Nneka will marry a rich man. Her suffering is over." Her mother smiled, though her eyes held questions. But as tradition demanded, they accepted the bride price. The community gathered, songs were sung, palm wine flowed, and Emeka boasted, "I have married Nneka. Soon she will enter my house and be the queen of all my empire." But my friends, that was where the story truly began. The night after the bride price ceremony, Emeka sent a car to bring Nneka to his mansion in the city. Everyone expected her to pack her small box and follow, but Nneka refused. She stood in front of her mother's mud house and said quietly, "I did not say yes. They collected money, yes, but my heart has not agreed." The whole village was shocked. Who dares to refuse Big E, the cash daddy, a man who could change the life of her family? Women shook their heads. Some whispered that Nneka was proud. Others said she was foolish. But Nneka remained calm. She explained to her mother, "Mama, Emeka has never asked me what I want. He only shows me what he has. Is that how marriage should begin?" Her mother sighed deeply. She had lived long enough to know that a house filled with gold but empty of peace is nothing but a prison. Emeka, however, was furious. How dare a village girl reject him after he had spent so much? He stormed to Nneka's house and shouted, "Do you know who I am? I have paid your bride price. You belong to me now." But Nneka looked him in the eye and replied, "Emeka, a woman is not yam that you buy in the market. You may pay the price, but if I do not walk into your house, then you have bought only air." Her courage embarrassed him. From that day, Emeka's love turned into obsession. He swore that he would either bend Nneka to his will or destroy her reputation. Emeka began a campaign. He spread rumors in the town. "Nneka is ungrateful. I wanted to lift her from poverty, but she prefers to remain in the mud." Some villagers believed him. Market women began to gossip. Maybe she wants to remain in her father's compound. Some even avoid buying cassava from Nneka's stall. Young girls laughed and mocked her, saying she thinks she is better than us. See how she rejected Emeka, but Nneka held her ground, carrying herself with quiet dignity. She told herself, truth is like smoke. It may be hidden, but it always finds its way out. Unknown to many, there was another man watching from the shadows. His name was Chidi, a humble farmer. He had admired Nneka for years, but never approached her, thinking she deserved someone better. When he saw how she stood fearlessly against Emeka, his respect for her grew even deeper. One evening, Chidi brought some yams from his farm to Nneka's mother as a gift. He did not speak many words, but his actions showed kindness. Unlike Emeka, he did not boast or demand. He simply helped them weed the farm, repair the leaking roof, and fetch water. Slowly, people began to notice. While Emeka was busy flaunting wealth, Chidi was quietly planting seeds of love. One day, Emeka returned from the city with a plan. He gathered the elders and declared, according to tradition, once bride price is paid, the woman belongs to the man. Nneka must enter my house, whether she likes it or not. Some elders nodded, but one old man, wise and bent with age, cleared his throat. Emeka, tradition also says that marriage is not complete until the woman willingly enters the man's house. Bride price without consent is like planting yam without rain. It will not grow. The word spread like wildfire. Suddenly, people began to question Emeka's pride. Women in particular whispered, if Nneka is forced today, tomorrow our daughters will suffer the same. Still, Emeka would not give up. He tried one last trick. He went to Nneka's mother secretly and offered her more money, saying, convince your daughter. Tell her to obey me or you will regret it. But Nneka's mother shook her head. Money cannot buy my child's peace. If she says no, then her no is final. Frustrated, Emeka decided to publicly shame Nneka. At the village square during a festival, he stood up and shouted, this girl has disgraced me. She thinks she is too good for my wealth. Let everyone know she will never marry in this village again. The crowd gasped. But before Nneka could speak, Chidi walked forward. His voice was steady as he said, Emeka, you paid bride price with arrogance. I will marry Nneka with love, and I will not pay her bride price until she says yes with her heart. The square erupted in murmurs. For the first time, Emeka realized that money could not silence truth. Months passed and Emeka Kegs eventually withdrew, defeated by Nneka's unshakable spirit and the community's support for her choice. His pride could not bear the humiliation, so he moved away, seeking new ventures elsewhere. As for Nneka, she did not rush into Chidi's arms. She took her time, testing his patience, watching his character. And Chidi, humble as ever, never pressured her. He simply continued to show respect, kindness, and steady love. At last, one evening under the mango tree, where she once taught children, Nneka turned to him and said with a smile, Chidi, I am ready. You have waited with patience. You have loved without condition. Now, I choose you. When the marriage finally came, it was simple but filled with joy. There was pounding of fufu, overflowing kegs of fresh palm wines, steaming pots of jollof rice, drumming and dancing until the moon was high. And unlike the grand ceremony Emeka once displayed, this one was rooted in love and respect. My dear listeners, remember this. Bride price is not chains. It is only a tradition of honor. True marriage is not built with money, but with respect, patience, and choice. A woman is not property to be purchased, and a man's wealth cannot replace character. If love is not willing, then even a palace will feel like prison. But if love is true, even a mud house can feel like paradise. And so, my dear friends, if this story touched your heart, do not forget to like, share, and subscribe to this channel. Join our growing family where wisdom walks hand in hand with storytelling. Until next time, may your homes be filled with peace and may your choices always lead you to joy.